So from the moment that this movie started and Pharrell in his full Lego form said that he is from the mud, I knew that this would probably be the coolest movie I watched all year. To say in full Lego form, y'all want to know where I'm from? I'm from the mud. That made me know everything I needed to know about this movie, that this was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and hands down for me personally, one of the best biopics and best documentaries I have ever seen. This movie truly could have only been told in a Lego form. Pharrell is one special motherfucker, man. Look, this is piece by piece. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Piece by Piece, starring Pharrell Williams, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, Justin Timberlake, Pusha T, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Jay-Z. Literally anyone who is everyone who was involved in Pharrell's story in life is in this movie, and beyond that, it was directed by Morgan Neville, and our story basically follows the life of Pharrell Williams, told in the, not necessarily the perspective, but in the aesthetics of Legos. And look, that is just simply all you need to know, is that this is Pharrell's story told in the aesthetics of Legos. And guys, like I said in my intro, this is truly not only one of the coolest movies I've seen all year, but this is one of the most creative, this is one of the most innovative, this is one of the most inspirational, this is one of the most motivational movies that I have seen all year. Pharrell's story is absolutely insane. It is one that truly told in this way of Legos really has a way of humanizing himself with the rest of us. Like, we can all relate to Legos. We all have that point in our lives, in our childhood, where we played with Legos and we built insane things out of just nothing. And watching Pharrell's creative mind, watching the way he saw music, watching the way he looked at life, all be in the aesthetic of Legos, was something I truly could not even wrap my head around when the concept was announced. But now seeing the film, I am absolutely in awe of what I witnessed. This movie is absolutely insane. It is beautiful. It is truly so much more than I thought it was going to be, and it ended up being everything I not only needed it to be. Well, I'm sorry. It ended up being not only everything I wanted it to be, but it was everything I needed it to be. This is a movie for artists. And honestly, he says in the movie, we are all artists in some sort of way. This is a movie for the artists, and this is a movie for people who have to just essentially see someone go through hard times and just to, achieve their goals and really, push themselves and really go be the abstract person they know they can be, or be like, really embrace their weirdness or the outsider vibes that they feel from other people. They really embrace that. And well, Pharrell really embraces that, and it's an important message for those who feel that way, because I felt like that in my life. I was a person who described myself as an escapist, just like Pharrell said in the movie, he was an escapist. I always watched movies and television, and that was my way of getting away from everyone else. That's where I really built most of my personality from movies and television. And just watching this entire thing play out was something, like I said, I truly, when the movie was first announced, I could not wrap my head around the concept itself. But watching this thing just on screen play out, it was so beautiful. And just beyond the animation, it was a beautifully told story. It was one that had purpose. It was one that had, honestly, every frame or every single point of the story that they used, it had bigger meaning to what they were trying to, get people to understand, and what the big message was throughout the film. And that's just my little rant on just like how this movie made me feel. I mean, guys, look, as far as what I loved about the movie, I'm going to start with the animation, because the animation is possibly the best use of the Lego animation we've seen thus far in a Lego movie. Like, the Lego movie 2 really took it to a whole nother level. But this movie here, just the way you are introduced to Pharrell's brain and the way he sees the world, I truly can only see this movie be told in Lego perspective now. Like, I truly can't see this movie be told any other way. No live action, no stop motion, no anything else. It can only be told in Legos. Legos was the perfect way to show just how colorful and bright and brilliant Pharrell's life and the way he looks at life is. It was so honestly just life-changing. It really was. This is an experience unlike any other because one, you are watching a legit biopic. This is the definition of a biopic and a documentary. This is literally highlighting all of Pharrell's life, and it is honestly beyond that. The vulnerability that Pharrell brings to this project is one where I truly thought he separated himself from a lot of other biopics because, like I said, once you hear that line in the beginning of the film that I'm from the mud, that is truly where I had the green light in my head to know, oh, he has full control over everything that is going on in this movie. This is his story told his way. Nobody else is sugarcoating stuff. Nobody's hiding anything. Pharrell presents himself, and I think, honestly, as an audience member, I can appreciate that because that made me feel like he was really humanizing himself and empathizing himself with us, just letting us know he's one of us. He's came from a background just like a lot of us. He's literally just a human just like you and me. He just had dreams that he decided to chase beyond anything imaginable and wasn't going to let anything stop him. It was something to truly be in awe of. I was absolutely in love with the way they told this story. And like I said, the animation is some of the most beautiful animation I've seen in a Lego movie. And this personally should be a movie that gets nominated for Best Animated Movie of the Year. It's not going to win. Not necessarily going to win because The Wild Robot, Transformers, and Inside Out dominate. But I think Piece by Piece should be nominated because it is doing something that has not been seen before, and that is mainly the biopic and documentary aspect of this movie. Now, one thing I was kind of not nervous about but curious about was how funny the movie was going to be when I first walked in, because the other Lego movies are absolutely hysterical, but this is a biopic, so it was like, I'm wondering if it's going to be as funny as those movies. It's not as funny as the other Lego movies because the purpose of the other Lego movies is to be comedy. This movie's purpose here is not comedy. This movie is telling a story, and it's telling Pharrell's story, and it's telling it in the only way he knows how. So there are funny moments. There are actually a lot of funny moments in the movie, but I love how serious it takes itself because they truly get back to the point. They continuously get back to the point that we have a story to tell. We have purpose. We have actual meaning right here, and we need to get that out. And I could really appreciate the way they went about telling it. They did not dial it down to make it too silly for the kids. If anything, there are really a lot of themes in here that truly talk about, chasing relevancy, being lost at a point in time, and getting down even when you just had like the highest peak of your success. There are a lot of vulnerable moments here in this movie, and I truly appreciated all of that because Pharrell was opening himself up to us, and that is like, it's like to watch a Lego movie and watch how deep this man went into his story, how deep his philosophy got, how you really understood his morals and values and where it came from and what inspired him, what motivated him, what drove him. It was so amazing to watch all that just play out. There are so many moments in this movie that had me absolutely dying laughing, had me crying, tearing up a little bit. There are moments in this movie that I absolutely could not stop jamming and bobbing my head. It was just so many amazing moments in this movie. We all know the amazing producer Pharrell is, so do I really even have to talk about the music in this movie? I will anyway. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. The original songs are amazing. The songs that he made throughout the entirety of his career, I mean, even the ones I got tired of. Happy got overplayed on the radio. I was jamming to that in the theater. The song Get Lucky with Daft Punk, way too overplayed, yet I was jamming in the theater. I mean, there are so many hits that Pharrell had. There are so many just insane records that this dude created, and to be able to see how all of that came to be is a truly special experience I think everyone needs to witness. It is something that you truly can only witness if you see something like this. Like, I'm literally leaving this theater to myself thinking, only Pharrell Williams could pull off what I just witnessed in this movie. Like him and probably Tyler, the Creator. Tyler, the Creator could end up using something with like Roblox or something like that, or whatever. But him and Tyler, the Creator, are probably the only two people that can pull off something this amazing. And the thing about it was, like I said, the way the story was told, the way everyone was introduced, it was truly in a documentary fashion. They had people they would have like before the before the Lego version of these people showed up, they would kind of like have their voice in the background, or they'd introduce like a song of theirs before the person would pop up. And it was so many just fun, not even I mean, I guess you can call them cameos, but they were a part of Pharrell's story. There was just so many great parts of this movie. The Gwen Stefani part was amazing. You really understood how, like, out of the box thinking Pharrell was to move from hip hop to pop and just be working in so many different rooms. And honestly, you learn about his drive, you learn about his work ethic, you learn about the things that truly inspired him to be the outside of the box creator and innovative thinker that he is. How he got into fashion, how he got into just anything, literally anything Pharrell wanted to do, he wanted to do it with all his effort. And it was just so beautiful to see that. And like I said, there is a point in this movie where he truly starts to talk about the topic of trying to stay relevant and the curse that can come with that, and essentially just being lost at the time when you are at the peak of your career and you feel lost and you have to get yourself together. There is a point in a movie where that it truly dives into that topic, and I'm just so shocked because it's like, yo, this dude is really trying to tell an in-depth story here. It does not matter what the Lego sets have. This movie is being told in the best way possible. It's being told his way, and I can appreciate that. I love that so very much. This movie is very funny. This has a lot of good funny moments. Honestly, just watching the way that some of these songs were created and the stories behind them is absolutely transcendent. It was one of the best times I had in the theater all year, guys. Pharrell Williams truly pulled off something I could never even imagine was possible. But now that it's happened, I want to see biopics done in a lot more animated fashions. I would love to see if they can continue this trend and see if they can make it as awesome as this one was. Guys, Piece by Piece is something you all need to see. It's a family film. It's so crazy though, because they pick and choose when they want to bleep out cuss words. There are times when Pusha T and Jay-Z would say shit, they'd bleep that out, but Pharrell say shit and they let him get away with it. It's pretty funny. But there are even moments. There's one pivotal moment in the movie with Snoop Dogg's character that had me dying laughing when they first met Snoop Dogg. It is the funniest thing you'll see, and the Legos make it 10 times funnier. But look, guys, overall, Piece by Piece is a special movie that you really need to see as soon as humanly possible. Pharrell Williams did his damn thing. I enjoyed everybody that popped up in this movie, Jay-Z and Pusha T's story especially. I loved how they really allowed these people to tell their story and not necessarily hide parts of themselves just because it was a kid's movie or because it's more so a Lego movie, so it's more so, advertised towards kids. But this is truly a movie for your entire family, people of all ages. And for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give Piece by Piece a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Okay, guys, so Piece by Piece, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Look, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff and so much more. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.